What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, with my beautiful, gorgeous title, along with my friend, co-host, ponytail extraordinaire. Introduce yourself, sir.
Rough morning. My name is Christian. Here to talk about a Monday Night Raw that went wrong, in my
The
opinion.
Monday Night Raw that went wrong. That should be the name of it.
It was good, but
There are some moments,
good to be here. Good to talk about another episode.
Um,
got some.
We have made it to November. This is the first time, Christian, and the 3 or 4 years I've been doing the show that I have covered every single Raw episode. And I'm like, wow, damn. So we've made it to November. We're currently in December right now. But It's been a year, and there's a meme going around showing all the different stuff that happened in this year with seeing John Cena, The Rock,
CM Punk,
Orton, thank you. Yes. Wow. Trish Stratus. It's been a year for crazy stuff that happened in WWE and all around pro wrestling. But as Christian said, we are covering WWE Monday Night Raw from November 27th, 2023, live in Nashville, Tennessee. And of course, we start Monday Night Raw with the Viper, Randy Orton. I was happy to see him. He looks good. Orton says, "I'm back for as long as I can stay here. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. I was gone a while, wasn't I? The whole time I was gone, I thought of my accomplishments. I have never competed at War Games. So when my friend Cody called me, of course I was in. War Games was invented by Cody's dad, Dusty Rhodes, and I was a part of history. I got a little unfinished business with the bloodline, though, and I made a career out of putting guys on the shelf. I got a bag of receipts for every single member of the bloodline." That's when the World Women's Champion Rhea Ripley comes out. Rhea says, "Welcome back, Randy. I never took you as someone who would team with someone who tried to take your career and have your return be upstaged. You look more dangerous than ever. The landscape here has changed. The bloodline has fallen and Judgment Day has risen. We are dripped in gold. If it wasn't for you, Damian Priest would be the WWE World Champion. You come and make enemies. Stop focusing on the bloodline. Unlike them, we'll put you out permanently." And then Randy's like, "Well, you're mommy, but daddy's back. A lot has changed since I've been out. One thing that will never change is nobody tells Randy Orton what to do." Rhea says, "You made your bed then." And then Judgment Day. And then she's like, "You made your enemy now." So then Dominic and JD McDonough come out and they attack Randy Orton from behind. Randy hits Randy hits an RKO to JD McDonough, who has on a neck brace. And then Randy says, "Dominic, tonight I'm going to get you in this ring one-on-one." So this is just a way to kind of explain, Orton's back. He wants to get back at the bloodline. He's now made enemies with the Judgment Day. But see, I don't want to say too much because we got to cover SmackDown. But, we saw SmackDown. Spoiler alert, I'll tell you now. Randy Orton signs with SmackDown. So this little segment with Judgment Day was kind of for nothing, right? I mean, if he's going to be going to SmackDown, unless Judgment Day is going to keep appearing there. But what did you think of seeing Orton back on Raw and,
Judgment I'm not taking nothing away from Randy Orton, right? It was, hold on. Okay. I'm not taking nothing away from Randy, right? Do you hear this in the background?
A little bit, but it's totally cool. See, we have a working guy here who's actually trying to be successful in life, so he's got some.
No, it's my teacher going over this final. What? He already did this.
Professor, welcome to the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I hope you're a pro wrestling fan.
All right. I'm not taking anything away from Randy, right? It's really good to see him back. Why are we getting the first hour free without CM Punk starting the show? Why? We'll talk more about this as the show goes. But this is what it had to be, right? You can't have Randy go you can't have him go heel right away because he's a fucking megastar. And obviously the crowd's going to fucking cheer him first time on Raw. So they're going to play that out. He was good. He went out there, did what he had to do. did his thing. Rhea looks like a fucking star.
Mhm.
She looks great, like always. Out of all people, you send JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio from the Judgment Day to go attack Randy Orton. Out of all people, I would have sent Damian Priest and Finn Balor. That's just me. But it was a good way to set up a match between Randy, who obviously, gets the win. Spoiler, gets the win. But it was, and I'll talk more about the match then, but this was a good setup to a match where a guy who has natural heat like Dom and a guy who's, making his ultimate comeback return, Randy, whatever. It's a good setup, but don't give us an hour free. Not just don't give us an hour free of the show without starting CM Punk. Don't give us an hour free and don't have CM Punk at all during the fucking hour. Okay.
Or even my thought, you're going to have him on the main as the last spot of the night. And there was nothing, like no reason for the wait. Like,
they fucked up timing. They fucked the one match went way too long. Oh, I think I know what went too long. We'll talk about that later.
Okay. I felt like it was frustrating because, like you said, like, if CM Punk's not opening the show, my mind is like, okay, shit's going to go down at the end of the night and we'll get there. But yeah, I agree with you. It was a good way to get the main event going. Good way to bring Orton back. Dominic is such a good heel, so it's good to see them go at it. Let's move on. We see the country singer Jelly Roll backstage for Raw. R-Truth introduces himself, and he thinks that Jelly Roll has a bunch of Jelly Roll donuts for him. Funny, but again, even with the whole bit with the ruffles, like it's not funny. Like it would be different if it was like really funny. R-Truth is really good. He's very funny most of the time. But come on, you really think this guy's selling jelly rolls because his name is Jelly Roll? Like, we're not stupid. Like, so we'll get to Jelly Roll in a minute. We have our first match. It's a Tag Team Turmoil. And starting out, we have DIY taking on Alpha Academy. That was a decent match. DIY get eliminated after. Oh, wait. Was I right? Hang on. One second. I got my shit all mixed up, Christian. What am I doing? Alpha Academy. Where the fuck? Okay, so Alpha Academy, they fucking beat Alpha Academy are gone because DIY nailed a double super kick to I think it was to who was competing for Alpha Academy? Was it Otis? It was Otis and Akira Tozawa. So they nail a double super kick to Tozawa, and Alpha Academy are gone. Then we have DIY versus Indus Sher. They roll up one of the members of Indus Sher, and then Indus Sher are gone. We now have Creed Brothers versus DIY. The Creed Brothers get the win after Brutus nails a Brutus ball. DIY are gone. We got the Creed Brothers versus the New Day up next. And this is the final match. And this is a good tag match between the two. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I am wrong. Sorry. God, there's so many fucking teams in this match. So the Brutus ball gets hit to Kofi Kingston. New Day are gone. And this is the final match. Imperium versus the Creed Brothers. And again, same thing here. Creed Brothers get the win after a Brutus ball to Giovanni Vinci. So the Creed Brothers now move on to take on Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the tag titles. Were they the right team to win? I'm a fan of the Creed Brothers, but what do you think out of all the teams?
No. This is why. You're trying to rebuild your tag team division, it seems like, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the last, I don't know how long at this point, they've been playing hot potato between those fucking tag team, undisputed tag team championship. If they want to redo the tag team division and have it, be good or at least something again, why not have the New Day win? I'm not a fan of the New Day. I've never been a fan of the New Day. I've always thought they were corny. But they're stars.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the competitors in this match, those guys were the established stars. Those guys should have won. The Creed Brothers are just boring. I haven't seen too much of their work in NXT, so I won't say too much of their in-ring stuff, but they're just boring. They're not going to win. they made it look kind of phony.
I
I mean, they're trying. They had this one dude who's fucking massive, and then they have the one dude who's like,
well, they're
it doesn't work.
brothers. So I agree with you on a little bit. So I do think it'd been cool if New Day won. However, New Day turns heel at some point. They've been faces since
Oh my
2015.
god, I know.
Turn them heel, and then maybe I could see them, because the thing is, at this point, I like the New Day, but they're really not going to give us anything new. They're going to give us the same promos. We're the tag team champions of the world, like the same. If they were heels,
Tag team champions of the world.
If they were, yes, as Ant says, like the Road Dog. If they were Jesse James, if they were a real heel team, then I could say give them the titles. But because they've done so much already with it, it's like, what else are they really going to do? The Creed brothers, I have a different opinion. I actually like them. They botched something really bad and they fixed it, and you wouldn't even fucking know it. And these are young guys who are killing it. I really think they're doing pretty good. I didn't really watch a lot of their stuff in NXT either, but I like that they're technical and they're also like adrenaline junkies. They will jump to the fucking top of the rope and suplex your ass. They will put you in a fucking armbar. And I do think they do look realistic. You know, like I think that they could take on the Judgment Day. They're not going to win, but I think they'll give them a fight. But I hear what you're saying. They're kind of green. New Day will probably they haven't really had a title shot in a long time, it seems. So New Day would be a good person, a good team to
Right.
Two good teams going at it, you know? But I feel like WWE feels like they've been champions for so many times. What else are they really going to do to elevate those titles?
They need to give brothers a little better gimmick. Like they're awesome. They need some type of personality besides looking like college wrestlers.
Well, that's their gimmick. They are college, right? It's like the Alpha Academy, you know? Yeah, maybe something different. I hear what you're saying. So we're moving on. Judgment Day are backstage. Finn Balor tells Damian Priest they need to take care of the Creed. They need to take the Creed seriously. Rhea says, we are a family. And Finn says, it's one loss. We're still champions. And Rhea says, just because you became the leader, Damian, at War Games, doesn't mean we'll hold a grudge. Which means they're going to hold the fucking grudge. So we know we don't really need to talk about this. I mean, you can give me your speculation, but we both know. I mean, they're going to turn on.
They're going to do that eventually. I don't know. You know, this is I expected, you know, Randy to, you know, yeah, it's all right. The next, I'm predicting it right now. Monday, December 4th, 2023. The next time Randy and Jay are supposed to tag together in some type of.
That was cool. I just saw balloons. Wow. What is happening?
Both my hands were like this. So.
Oh, shit. Can we do like a little party?
What is going on?
Yo, he's fucking a magician. Look at that. He was able to make confetti pop. Here, Christian, do it again. He wants to see. Do it again.
Anyway, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not.
He's able to make. Oh, you missed it. We'll show you when it gets.
Okay. No,
yeah.
Recording.
He's the fucking genie from Aladdin. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, but yeah, it's okay. It's definitely gonna happen soon. Next time they're forced to tag together some way, somehow.
Listen, I totally hear you, but I got so distracted by the confetti and I got so excited.
Dude, that's so weird.
So I do think they're gonna turn too. Yeah, definitely gonna happen. I just wonder how they're gonna make it different than Bailey because they turn on her too. Let's move on. Cody Rhodes comes out next. Cody says, my team was able to secure the victory, and I want to thank all of my teammates. The return of CM Punk was a story from Survivor Series. Nobody knows what's going to happen. CM Punk, welcome back. With all this news stories, I like to make some more news. At this point, you know me. There's only one destination for me. I will be the very first person to declare myself for the 2024 Royal Rumble match. Then we get a promo from Shinsuke Nakamura, who talks about, he tells Cody that he will bring chaos to Cody Rhodes and destroy him. And then when Cody turns around, Shinsuke Nakamura attacks Cody Rhodes and sprays him with red mist. So for weeks, we've been wondering who Shinsuke's talking about. It's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. What do you think? Do you think that this is going to be a good rivalry?
What the fuck was the point of this? Why did Shinsuke Nakamura tease this whole Japanese promo, this whole thing? Okay, it wasn't CM Punk. Cody Rhodes? Look. I'm not saying that, right? People don't give Shinsuke the credit he deserves.
Mm-hmm.
He's a higher mid-card level talent who can hang with the high main event dudes. There's no question about that. This is a good feud for him. I want to see the match. But for it to just be Cody Rhodes, I mean, I thought Cody Rhodes' whole thing was, him going after Roman now. It's Royal Rumble season. I thought, I guess you have to have something, but we're not going to get a match between these guys at the fucking Royal Rumble. For what? Cody's in the Rumble.
Yeah. I hate when they do that.
A match with these guys that means anything.
Well,
if he's doing this whole Japanese promo, I mean, am I a little bit disappointed it wasn't maybe Okada? Yes. Because WWE's interested in Okada, and it was a whole Japanese thing, and no one understands Japanese. So, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing that it was Cody, just because it's not going to lead up to anything. Anything.
And one of my questions that I have,
what's the outcome of this match? Nothing.
My thing that I want to say too is that what doesn't make sense is Cody has been here for a year now. Why did it take him so long to like what happened? Like, why does he not like Cody? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, he randomly.
There's no title he's going after.
No, he just wants to get like. What was his whole point? Like, Cody, you could have taken him out when he showed up last year when he was fucked up in the Hell in a Cell match. Like, why are you going to wait 2 years to go after someone that you've been following? Like, it doesn't add up. And this is like, in my opinion, lazy booking because it doesn't make sense. You're right. He's talking in Japanese. Like, it allures to his character, like he's mysterious, but like it doesn't add up to me. So I agree with you on that one. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Ant said it probably will be a Raw main event down the line because they're not going to have Shinsuke and Cody at Royal Rumble. Then have Cody compete at Royal Rumble match.
For what? Why would they? It makes no sense. There's no championship. There's no
not in the Rumble this year. He already won it last year. He's not winning it again. They might.
Once the Rumble comes, look, I don't think Cody's winning it, but once the Rumble comes, Cody's main focus is Roman Reigns. Why are they doing this right now?
Well, again, I think it's weird because, again, WWE has lazy booking. They show him confront Roman Reigns on SmackDown, right? But my point, and I said this before, and I don't know if I've said this on here or maybe off air, but Cody doesn't need to beat Roman Reigns to become champion and finish the story. And I feel like that's what they're going to do. There's no way they're going to do a rematch from last year, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Now that you have CM Punk, now that you have all these extra people, I says, yeah, there's too many big names now, and they kind of fucked up Cody Rhodes because he had all this momentum. He was the biggest person everyone's talking about.
I mean, he's still the biggest babyface.
He is, but I mean, like, I'm thinking more like I have a feeling Cody's going to get a shitty match at Mania this year. Like, I don't think he's going to get this.
You don't think he's going to main event night 2 of WrestleMania versus Roman?
I really don't.
Really?
I think they're going to do night 1 is going to.
Night 1, if they don't listen, they want to do this whole bullshit marketing the women's finally main event. No. If Seth Rollins versus CM Punk's not the main event, oh my god, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. Holy shit, I'm saying this and it's actually a possibility that it's coming true. If CM Punk and Seth fucking Rollins do not main event night 1 of WrestleMania, I'm going to Raw after. I will, and I'm staying in a hotel, or I'm going to my buddy's house in Philadelphia. I'm going to my buddy's house in Central Philly to go watch the fucking show, and we're going to the Raw right after. I will jump through the barricade and fucking slap somebody if that's not the main event of night one. But we're not talking about that. That's a little off topic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to witness. Okay, I've said this before, right? While we're on this topic, a lot of people say, I'm not going to watch this if this happens. I'm not watching this if this happens. And I did this when Roman beat The Undertaker. I did not watch WWE for a whole year. I did not know who Shinsuke was. I did not know who all these people were during WrestleMania 34, and I've been watching it every day since. I just got really pissed off at what they did with WrestleMania 33 because I was there. I wasn't there. I was like in Orlando, whatever. If Cody Rhodes, I hate Cody Rhodes. I'm not a big Cody Rhodes fan at all. If he does not take that goddamn title off Roman Reigns, I'm taking a 3-4 month break watching that shit and going straight to AEW.
Because you're
a little bit.
You're smart. But here's my question. Think about it. As a smart person, WrestleMania 40. Okay. He lost last year. He has no momentum right now. His biggest storyline was the War Games, and he wasn't even the main thing from that was CM Punk and Randy Orton.
That's why he needs to win the Rumble again.
He's not going. I don't think he might. He might be the.
I don't think he is either. But
for a long time, they haven't had back-to-back Royal Rumble winners. They did that back to Austin back in I think 98 and 97. So they could be trying to make history again. They could, but I just feel like
it doesn't have to be Cody.
What do you mean?
It doesn't have to be Cody that takes the belt off Roman.
No, but what we're saying is that the reason why we're thinking his whole story has been, I need to complete my story and beat Roman Reigns for the title. So for
to win the championship that his family never had, which I think is still bullshit because he's not doing it for him. This is why I hate Cody Rhodes, man. This is why I don't like Cody Rhodes at all. He never does anything for himself. It always has to be about the fucking dynasty or his family or some bullshit. Look, family's everything, right? 100%. When you're in the wrestling business, it has to be for yourself. I get it. You want to pay tribute to your dad, who is one of the greatest to ever do it. But, dude, when you got to give me something about, I want to win this championship for me, so I can kick Roman's ass. Now you beat me at WrestleMania last year. Now it's personal. This is for me. I get it last year, but he didn't win last year. Now it has to be a redemption for you, Cody. For you. Not your fucking dad.
Okay. Listen, I agree with that. But you have to think of everybody else that's making the decisions and are thinking, okay, do we want a redemption story or do we want shock? No one's going to be shocked if Cody beats Reigns because we know it's going to happen. Because that's been 2 years. The storyline has been, I need to complete my journey and get the title. Or for WrestleMania 40, if it was 38, 37, 36, for WrestleMania 40, you're going to do the main event back. And if Cody doesn't win, then that will be done. Cody is just written off you're nothing. You lost twice. I don't think they're going to do that to him. I really don't think Cody's going to be the one to beat Reigns.
You think Roman Reigns is going to have that championship past WrestleMania? No matter who he faces.
No, I think he's going to lose it at Mania.
To who? Who's he losing it to Mania that's not Cody Rhodes? And I hate Cody Rhodes.
It's going to be somebody that we don't expect, and somebody, if they want to take the title from Reigns. Reigns has beaten every single person on this roster, pretty much, except for Ricochet or
he's beating the dudes that mean a fuck.
So you destroy the whole roster for 3 years, and then you go to WrestleMania 40, you're going to lose to someone that you've already beaten. It has to be somebody that is going to be a real fucking challenge to him that he doesn't know anything about. For me, if that would be my WrestleMania 40. This is WrestleMania fucking 40.
There's just I'm not saying you're wrong, but there's nobody to who. No, you're right, but who can they? Who are they going to bring? They
Ant
can't just.
said, I have a question for you. Do you think they could bring someone else from AEW by that time of Mania?
And I'm literally perfect. I was just about to say that before you even asked me that. You can't just bring somebody from somewhere, right, and have him fucking take the title off Roman. First off, the fans are gonna be absolutely pissed. I will be absolutely pissed as well. The overall fans, or I'm not talking about just me. Overall, I think the overall scheme of things, the fans are gonna be limited. First off, you had this. You teased. They're teasing Roman versus Cody. I get The Rock. I don't think we're gonna get The Rock this year. Sorry to break anyone's hearts. They've been teasing the Roman and Cody situation. They're going to eventually move him to SmackDown. It has to be Cody. I mean,
what if they do this?
That has to be, but it doesn't have to be. Look, I'm cool if it's Seth.
Maybe Randy
But
Cody over there.
Randy and Roman is going to be the Rumble match.
Yes, that's going to be Rumble. Randy and Orton Reigns. Randy's going to lose.
WrestleMania, I don't think Cody's winning. See, this might be risk. See, this is my thing. And I don't like Damian Priest. Or no, excuse me. I take that back. Damian Priest, I love you. Damian Priest is my favorite wrestler in WWE right now. But
I don't think WrestleMania 40 he comes out.
No. I don't think
WrestleMania 40.
I think Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna be honest. At Money in the Bank, what should have happened wasn't Damian, I love you. You're my favorite. It should have been Damian Priest putting his Money in the Bank championship on the line and Cody beating him. That's his ticket to Roman. Not him cashing in, but I get this anytime, anywhere. WrestleMania. Like that was a way they could have done it. But yeah, we've been talking about Cody Rhodes for so long.
No, that's fine. We have 2 minutes, so I'm gonna ask you this last question before we go. 2 things I want to say quick before we record the second half of it. I agree with you on the AEW thing. I think that's why they haven't given Cody the title yet. Think about it. He's only been tag team champion since he's been here. So that's another reason why I don't think they're going to give it to him. Also, my question for you before we go, let's say they do WrestleMania. It's not Cody versus Reigns, or it's whatever. Maybe it is, and he loses. Just because Mania is coming up doesn't mean that Cody needs a challenge for the title at Mania. He could go over and win it at SummerSlam. You know, like they like to fuck with us with that. You know, they look at what they did. They fucking put Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at Mania, and then the next pay-per-view he's fighting Omos. Like this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna make him fight somebody because
to be fair, he was not champion at the time.
Here, but that match was one of the better matches on that card.
The Logan Paul one?
I thought so.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
And I think that what my point is your point that like they have these matches that are good, they make a statement, and then it's like, okay, what's next, right? They have Seth versus Omos, and then 2 months later, Seth is the world champion. Like it does. So for me, it's like we might see Rollins and Rhodes at Mania. Not that I want to. They've done it a lot, but we might even. We won't. I want to see Punk and Rollins. We won't. We probably will see Punk and Rollins. But with less than a minute, we're going to take our first break. And when we come back, we're going to cover the rest of Monday Night Raw. We will be right back. Stay tuned. And welcome back. I'm still Ant. That's still Christian. And we are the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast covering WWE Monday Night Raw from November 27th, 2023. Just got done talking about Cody Rhodes. Let's move on. We have Bronson Reed taking on Ivar with Valhalla next. And this match ended in a double count out after they fight on the floor. And then Bronson Reed hits a DVD to Ivar through the railing. After the match, Ivar hits Bronson Reed in the back with a chair. They fight in the crowd. They attack the guards, and then Ivar nails a cannonball off of a sort of like case and takes out everybody. This didn't do anything for me.
Me neither.
Just I guess an opportunity to put those guys on there. But I mean, there's really nothing to talk about if you have something you want to say. But again,
This didn't do much for me either. I mean, Bronson Reed impressed me at first. Now he just doesn't do much. So
he's just booked as Bam Bam Bigelow pretty much. We have Zoe Stark now taking on Nia Jax, and Nia gets the win after a Samoan drop, a senton, and the Annihilator. Nia Jax looks like she's going to be the person to face Rhea Ripley at Rumble if they're going to put her in the title match. Thoughts on Nia? I mean, there's really
nothing good here.
She's a good.
Don't like women's wrestling, so didn't really pay too much attention to it.
She did okay. She did okay. I want Nia to take on Rhea Ripley next. It makes sense. Moving
so like no one's even competition for her though.
For Nia.
Yeah.
Well,
Rhea, but everybody else.
Well, you have to make the person to take on Rhea look strong. You can't have someone keep losing. Rhea's been champion for a long time. She's mommy. You can't have like they did with Survivor Series, Zoe Stark. For what? We knew she was gonna lose. Okay, backstage, The Miz challenges Gunther to a title match. Gunther says, "You belong in that ring, just not with me." So, yeah, there's that. World champion Seth Rollins comes out. Seth says, "I don't want to spend any more energy on a hypocrite. Let's talk." Talking about CM Punk. Let's talk about what matters most. This title. I gotta be real. I'm not feeling too good, but I want to be a fighting champion and defend my title. That's when Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew says,
Lord.
What happened?
I just said, "Oh Lord, this is what's gonna." Never mind.
Yeah,
this is what took forever.
This one did. So Drew comes out. He goes, "What's important is what happens in this ring. I want to shake your hand. I want to put Jey Uso in the background." And Seth says, "I told you when I beat you, you would have no one to blame but yourself, and it would be the best thing to happen to you." And Drew's like, "You're right. I had compassion thinking of you with your little girl at home before I attacked you. When I gave you that empathy, you slapped me. To swim with the sharks, I got to be the biggest one. I want the damn rematch." And Seth says, I believe you deserve a rematch, but I think there are others who deserve it more than you." And then Drew says, "You're the champion. You call the shots. Who was your title match with?" We already knew this. Jey Uso.
Which is tonight.
Drew attacks Seth Rollins with a headbutt, nails a belly to belly. Drew is bleeding on his head. Drew says, "I'm ahead of him." Jey Uso runs out, and they nail a double super kick to Drew McIntyre. Jey grabs the title and gives it to Seth. So we know that Jey Uso is going to take on Seth Rollins for the title tonight on Raw. But I really don't think that Jey Uso deserves it more than Drew McIntyre. What has Jey Uso done?
I mean, I agree. He hasn't really done much except play tag along with the War Games match to Seth Rollins.
Yeah, like he's been the face of the bloodline since those situations happened. I'm over it. I don't want to see Drew and Seth again, but I'd rather see Drew and Seth over Jey and Seth, honestly, because Jay's not going to win. Drew's going to come out and interfere, and that's what's going to happen. So let's move on. We have the women's tag titles on the line. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven taking on Natalya and Tegan Nox. I didn't really watch this one. Before the match, Sami Zayn confronts Drew McIntyre and Drew challenges to a match next week on Raw. For the women's tag titles, they retain. Piper Niven nails a crossbody to Tegan Nox, and they get the victory there. So if you're not a fan of tag team of women's wrestling, so we can move on from this. Nothing special with this. Again, like no new storyline, nothing, just the match. We have our main event of the night. The North American champion Dominic Mysterio with JD McDonough taking on Randy Orton. And this was a pretty quick match. JD McDonough gets in Jelly Roll's face. Jelly pushes JD and Dominic. And then Dominic misses a frog splash and gets hit with an RKO by Randy Orton. By Daddy. Okay, decent. We knew Orton was going to win. That whole match looks like it was catered around Jelly Roll, which I really didn't care about. I know he's a big singer and he's famous. He's been around. He's been all over the news lately, but there was no really point to this because what happens on SmackDown, and it was just a place to put Orton in, right?
Time management's been really bad. The Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre shit took way longer than it had to. I think that's why that match was so right. Orton went out there, he did what he had to do. Right, this isn't gonna hurt Dominic because he gets such natural heat. He's still popular in the Judgment Day. This is what it was supposed to be. It's just why the and I said this in the beginning. Why the fuck didn't you put CM Punk? And I'm probably gonna say this again after you talk about it. Why the fuck didn't he go in the hour free special? But this was a good match. It just wasn't much.
Yeah,
As it should have been. That's why they fucked up and they lacked. They could have done something a little more special. With especially, dude, I had friends that used to clown me and still kind of do for watching and going into this pro wrestling shit as much as I do. Even they were texting was like, "Yo, I saw Randy Orton and CM Punk are back. Yo, I'm about to watch Raw for the first time in forever."
mm-hmm.
And they didn't do anything special. They
No.
could have done something special for the special extras that we're probably gonna be into. But because this shit made national fucking headlines,
Mm-hmm.
not just CM Punk.
The baseball MLB posted something along the lines of him being back. They showed a picture of him with
ESPN talked about it in the fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn. But yeah, good match. It was what it had to be. Now, we know what happened on Friday, but now there's just more to look forward to Orton. Friday was very good. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself, but really good to see Orton back, looking good. He's still getting the pops he deserves. So good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. It's good to see Orton back, but I just don't want them to make him boring and just sort of forget about all that he's done. Let's move on to the last segment. CM Punk comes out. CM says, "Looks like hell froze over. This is me standing in a WWE ring with a live mic. I've been trying to come up with how I feel, but I've changed. An American dream taught me if I speak from the heart, I can't go wrong. I'm home. This is where I belong." He says, "I've been gone for 10 years and you people don't forget me. It feels like a happy reunion." And then they start chanting for AJ. And he goes, "AJ Lee is fabulous and sends her regards. I'm hoping she comes back. If AJ Lee comes back, I just says, yeah, it's going to be a huge fucking pop." He goes, "Some people are afraid. I understand. The most feared man in this industry walked through the door and there's nothing they can do. The best in the world is back." And that's how he ended it. Lackluster, especially for them making the whole Survivor Series revolve around CM Punk coming back. He's back. That's really all he said. He's back. He's the most talked about person in the industry, and he's in WWE. So, what are your thoughts?
Fans thought, it's a trend to hate CM Punk. Fans thought he was going to go out there and automatically say, "Oh, fuck the Young Bucks, fuck AEW, blah, blah, blah." First off, if he's going to make some type of comment in that regard, they can't do that right away. Triple H knows how to play it. Now, this was something that could have been, like I said, he didn't have enough. I don't think he had enough time. It should have been in the beginning of the show with the hour free so we can cut a promo, this is basically the same shit he said when he debuted in AEW. I'm just excited to see what they're actually going to do with them. How are they going to get him to Seth Rollins? What I think should happen is Ant and other Ant, you can tell me if this sounds logical too. When was the last time CM Punk competed in WWE? Do you know?
2014, January, after the Royal Rumble. Or Royal Rumble.
It was the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the perfect story. I'm declaring. He should have been the first one to declare himself. That's what that promo should have been. That promo should have been enough. I'm not here to make friends, whatever. The last time I wrestled in a WWE ring was exactly 10 years ago at the Royal Rumble. And the fans go, oh, I'm declaring myself. That's what this promo should have been. That's what his next promo should be. It just makes the most sense. He doesn't have to fucking win it. That's how they do
it. My only problem though, Christian, like, and this kind of like what I brought up earlier, with that, there's too many big names now. They gave that to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
They gave him they said, you're going to be the first person to clear yourself. That would have been a perfect storyline. CM Punk, hey, I'm coming back. Last time you saw me, I was in it. Now I'm winning it. And I'm coming back better than ever.
Yeah.
But they gave that to Cody Rhodes. So it's like, that's what I mean. They're going back and forth with all these big names and who's going to. I have no idea at this point what the main event's going to be. And I'm excited about that.
Right. Me neither.
But I just feel like, again, now that you touched upon that, it's true. Like, it is silly that, he comes back and he's being overshadowed. And they keep doing this. Cody Rhodes come back. Oh my God. Well, that lasted for what? 2 years, a year? CM Punk back. Oh my God. Like, it's like they keep doing this and they don't build upon the people that they bring back. AJ Styles is a perfect example. AJ Styles was a fucking #1 TNA guy. Nobody, listen, I might sound crazy, but most people before WWE knew who AJ Styles was. So
AJ Styles had the height. Yes.
He comes in, he competes in the Rumble, loses, wins a title. They make a joke of him as a champion, having him fight Dean Ambrose, all these other people. Lose a title. He's never been champion since, like a world champion since. He has, if you were to just look at AJ Styles and just only look at his WWE career, you would think he's just a mid-card nobody. Right. But knowing what he can fucking do, you're sitting back and you're like, damn, like what's going? AJ Styles is a fucking phenomenal AJ Styles. You know,
right.
Like they don't build these people. They focus on Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Bloodline. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? At this point, it's been 3 years of the Bloodline. And there's been no progression. Oh, they of course they're gonna break up. Duh, that's what they do in every fucking stable. There's been nothing cool at all with these two teams.
I love Seth, but even when he comes out now, I am the visionary. Like, it sounds so corny.
The same shit.
It's like you can feel he doesn't even feel it.
No,
like he's just like,
there's no momentum. All these people are, here we go, and then it's like, oh, no, we're gonna do this. Hold on. It's like, it makes no sense. And then they forget them. Kofi Kingston. I don't think he was a great champion, but remember that the first African-American champion in forever. And then where is he now? He's in a tag team losing a gauntlet. Like, it's like, it's hard because back in the day, it was built on certain wrestlers. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage. They didn't need to win titles. They had their own personalities. Different storylines, they all made sense. This is like people trying to fucking like wrap something up and there's missing parts. Like, there's all of these, like, Shinsuke wants to fight Cody. Why?
Yeah.
And why does Cody even want to fight him? Oh, because he attacked me? Oh, okay. If I was Cody and I wanted the title, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, okay, he attacked me. I get my lick back, but I'd be done.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just feel like there's all potential for these guys to do good and girls to do. But even Becky Lynch, the man, everywhere now, Jade Cargill, and I agree with Triple H, she doesn't feel like she's ready and he wants to throw whatever at her. Biggest person coming in. Oh, Jade Cargill. Where is she? Now we got CM Punk and Randy Orton. Like, it's like there's too much happening for you to digest it all and for you to care. There's too much. It's like when you go to a restaurant, there's nothing. The fucking menu is like 20 things. You don't know what the fuck to choose from.
Right.
This isn't 1997. They're not as cool as the NWO, these factions. I don't know. I think I heard someone on SmackDown Raw, oh, it's going to be tough here in WWE if you don't have someone in your corner. It's like, I don't want to watch AEW. AEW is the leader of the factions. Keep that. Not every fucking wrestler needs to be a part of a group. This isn't fucking the Olympics. This is fucking pro wrestling. Like, fight.
It's because that's what sells T-shirts. The factions.
Yeah, but I think Rhea Ripley's shirt would sell more than Judgment Day. If you're gonna do, I mean, no offense, but like, Mommy is the only reason why Judgment Day is still around. She's the only fucking person that matters on that team, except for Damian Priest, who has the money in the briefcase. It doesn't fucking matter. Sami Zayn took it from him and threw it. Like,
he's tried to cash in like 6 times.
Yeah. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if at WrestleMania 40, Damian Priest comes and makes history. This is WrestleMania 40. I don't want it to happen, but the last time and the only time someone cashed in was Seth Rollins in 2015, almost 10 years ago. History repeats itself. So I don't know. But this is a lot to talk about with this episode of Raw. A lot of stuff happening. We're in WrestleMania season. It's coming up. I'm excited.
Royal Rumble season. Let's go. Once
Royal Rumble
January
season.
first hits, we got a month.
Yep. We got, it's probably gonna be some.
He's got to use that briefcase by when?
By next Money in the Bank. He has to use it by July.
By July.
He's cashing in at me. He is. There's no way that you're gonna do, because then when else is he gonna try to go for the title? WrestleMania Backlash? Fastlane? That's a big deal. If Seth Rollins cashed in at like Elimination Chamber, it wouldn't be as big. Because he cashed in at WrestleMania, that's why it's huge. And they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna do it this year, but now that we know he has till July, when else is he gonna do it?
Right.
Royal Rumble? There's really no other big show that he can do anything with. Maybe when they go to Australia, they might want to do, I don't know. But let me ask you before we go, what was your moment of the night? What made you happy with this episode?
I'm gonna be honest. Just nothing really particular that happened that really caught my eye.
Yeah.
It was just, this Raw really looked better on paper, in my opinion. But I would just say, just having Randy and CM Punk on Raw.
Mm-hmm. At the same time,
even though they didn't do much, but they're back, and that's good to see. So just the overall things of the two dudes being back. I mean, I don't know. They kind of got fucked with the time. Nothing really looked good. Everything looked short. McIntyre and Seth looked too long.
They spent that.
I would just say Randy Orton saying "Daddy's back." They made a t-shirt out of it, and now they're making so much.
Men's Money in the Bank first. Let Randy Orton come out, then CM Punk at the end of the night.
You mean the Tag Team Turmoil?
No, at the pay-per-view. So they each could have had their moment. Like the men's, Randy Orton should have come out for men's War Games, and then CM Punk should have come out at another point.
Well, that's what they did. He came out after the match.
They both came out.
You're saying that they weren't in the same segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was really no other point for him to come out.
Well, I agree. Daddy's back, definitely. I think Ant was happy with that too. That was cool. And yeah, he is back. He's Randy fucking Orton.
And he's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah.
His wife's hot. He's hot. I mean, come on. There's nothing to hate. So I'm happy Orton is back. I agree with you. I would say for me, seeing Orton, seeing Punk mention AJ Lee was kind of cool because I'm a big AJ Lee fan. But yeah, other than that, that's really it for this episode of Raw. So with that, we have SmackDown coming your way soon. We have another episode of Raw coming out tonight. A lot's happening. Royal Rumble season. We're gonna get some surprises. I'm excited for it. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. Search the Uncensored Wrestling Podcast. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay notified when new content is created. including our Attitude Years, which we are in season 2 of, dropping a lot of that. So yeah, lots to look forward to. We're also, if you want to hear us instead of see us, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to see us because we're two studs. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. And Christian, any last words?
Nope. Thanks for having me again. We're gonna kill it with the SmackDown Royal Rumble
Walk
season
with Elias.
There hasn't been too much, going on with we did cover Full Gear, but AEW is just kind of bland.
I feel like I'll pick it up at here's my problem with AEW. My goal is I watch the pay-per-view, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see what happens next week, and then I don't.
Yeah. World's End's coming. The last pay-per-view of the year, World's End is coming up soon on the AEW side. So
Yeah.
that should be okay. They're just
If
not
Brock
doing much
is
over
back,
there.
Oh, Ian has a prediction.
What happened?
I'm excited to see if Brock Lesnar comes back at the Rumble.
He will.
Ant's a big Brock Lesnar fan.
He'll be there. But
Fan.
good episode, good stuff, good overall stuff going on in pro wrestling. And I'll see you guys when we cover SmackDown.
Yes. Thank you, Christian. Thank you. Obviously, Ant's here as well. He's, chiming in. Thank you, Ant, for your thoughts. With that, stay safe and stay uncensored.